Hey guys, Larissa here with Shanti Moves, and today we're going to be doing extended side angle pose. So extended side angle pose is awesome. It's great for grounding. It's a really powerful standing posture, great for building length in the sides of the body, great for strengthening those legs, engaging that core a little bit, opening up those shoulders, and all around a super fun pose. So if you want to go check it out with me, come join me on the mat. All right, guys, so today we have extended side angle pose. It is a super awesome pose, but it also can be a kind of intense hip opener for some of us when we first start our practice. And it can also kind of compress on our hip flexors a little bit. So if you've done this before and you know that that's you, maybe warming up a little bit beforehand, doing some more hip opener work, maybe like a low lunge, working more into the hip flexors, open to butterfly, or any of those other hip opening poses that you know. I'm gonna do a little bit of a warm up, so you can go ahead and join me, or if you know you need a little bit more, go ahead and do that. All right, so coming to the top of our mats, we're gonna start with feet hip width, Tadasana, arms up, back, and down. Inhale, take those arms up. Exhale, forward fold, come all the way down. Hands to the mat if they reach. If not, just grab opposite elbows, warming up the hamstrings, the back side of the body. Maybe sway from side to side. Don't mind the horn honk. Good, hands onto the shins. Inhale to the halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Let's step the right leg back first. And then you can just drop the knee down, coming into a low lunge with knee on the ground. Come back up. Hands down again. And then maybe just shift those hips back and forth here. Kind of just warming it up. Good. Leg lifts, step it forward, left leg goes back, drop the knee down, and then shift the hips back and forth. And if you're wondering what low lunge is, you can go ahead and find that video. I'll put the card up at the top corner somewhere. Good. All right, now, fingertips on the mat, knees nicely above the ankle, lift that back leg, coming into a runner's lunge. And then we're gonna look at our back foot, drop the heel down, pivot the toes out to the long edge of the mat, kind of warrior two stance here. In fact, that's what we're gonna come up into at first. Cartwheel the arms up. Inhale, press through that front foot. Good, so now we're in our warrior two. Nice strong warrior two. Maybe just hold that for a moment, letting the hips open up, engaging in the legs a little bit. And again, warrior two card somewhere up in the corner if you want to refine that pose a little bit. Beautiful. All right, so now here comes the fun part, extended side angle. So we're really firming through the legs here. Remember, we always start from the ground up. So you're pushing into the ball, the front foot, knee is stacked nicely on top of that ankle. And on the back foot, you're pressing through the back edge, maybe gripping with the toes, kind of suction cupping your feet to the mat. And then you're wanting to make sure that this left hip is rotating open and the thigh is spiraling open here. And that helps you engage on those thighs and keep them nice and strong. Beautiful. Let's float those arms back up if they came down. And then we're gonna take our front arm, just bend the elbow, Start to come down nice and slow. The forearm's gonna come onto the thigh. And you can just rest here, then the other arm wants to come up over the head and kind of stacking the shoulders, one on top of the other here. And then you can open up the chest, maybe even take the hand, bring it underneath the rib cage at first, and guide those ribs forward. Inhale, arm coming up. Engagement through the fingers. A lot of people tend to lose the engagement and you get little limp wrists. You want to stay open, light, and bright through the entire posture. And then another thing that tends to happen here is the neck gets tired and you want to just kind of rely on that bottom shoulder to support your head and neck. And we don't really want to do that. So push down into that front arm, into that front leg. Lift through the shoulder, lift the head so you have a nice long line. And then you can play with the arm here. So maybe take the arm over the head, and that can feel good or it can feel not so good on your shoulder area here. If you do have your arm fully extended, turn the pinky forward. So pinky going forward, thumbs pointing behind you. And then you can really play around here. Keep firming through the back edge of that back foot, reaching through those fingers, and you can feel that really nice stretch all along the left side of the body. Good. But some people's shoulders doesn't feel so great on. All right, so my hips are kind of burning, so let's come up. Arms first. Whew. Warrior two. Toes come in, and then just heel toe those guys together. All right, so that's extended side angle on one side, and then we're going to do it on the other. So we're going to come from low lunge again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to that halfway lift, nice long spine. Exhale, hands come down. Step back with the right leg. Look back at that heel, drop it down. Turn the toes out to the long edge of the mat. Warrior two stance. Inhale, cartwheel the arms up. Warrior two. Holding it in warrior two just for a moment, just to find that foundation, find that solid rooting down into your mat. So you're pressing through the back edge of the back foot, ball the front foot, maybe gripping with those toes, suction cupping to your mat. Back right thigh, spiraling open. Arms floating up if they came down. Good. Then we're going to slowly start to drop that forearm onto the thigh. Other arm comes over the head, stacking the shoulders one on top of the other, staying engaged through those fingers. And try not to let that head collapse. You can even take that hand, guide the ribs forward to really get that openness in the chest. Yes, good. And then we can kind of lose it here a little bit. Sometimes the leg wants to go like that. So try to sink the hips down. Keep action through that back leg, because another tendency is to lose the action back there. Good. So if this felt good to you, another option here, I'm going to grab the block really quick, is to take a block, place it on the inside of your foot, and then you can come down a little bit deeper. Maybe you want to take it down to the medium side as your hips feel more and more open throughout the practice, then down to the low side, and then maybe take it away altogether, and you can get your hand all the way down on that mat. Beautiful. Inhaling to come up, pressing through that front foot, back to warrior two. Turn the toes forward and heel toe back in. So those are all the awesome options you have for your extended side angle. I really, 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 really recommend using a block in the beginning. If you don't have a block, you can use a book, a pot, anything that gives you a nice solid surface to press down on. And this changed my game when I first started doing extended side angle, so I hope it does for you. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you have any suggestions for videos you want to see, please leave those in the comments as well. And if you got some value from this, please like and subscribe. It really, really helps me out and lets us continue to do these awesome videos for you. Thank you so much. Namaste.